And welcome everyone, thank you very much for joining me today. What a fantastic show we've got. The Liverpool have got Manchester City in the UEFA Champions League draw. Yes, that is probably the least. When we got City, I was like, oh. The one team I personally didn't want us to come up against was Manchester City, but it's the Champions League, and everyone, you've got to beat the best to win the Champions League. And we'll start off by playing Manchester City firstly at home, which I was a bit gutted. Obviously, we would have liked to have had the second leg at Anfield, but we'll deal with it. And we've won European ties like that in the past, and it's going to be a fantastic game for the spectacle, for the neutral. But I tell you what, I'm absolutely buzzing. Look, when I've looked back at it, I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Manchester City, if anyone is going to win the Champions League, they've got to get past Manchester City. Because for me, they were Champions League favourites before, obviously, the draw for me. But I'm absolutely buzzing. Hopefully, defensively, when we come up against them, especially in the first leg at home, we keep maybe a clean sheet. Because we know, we've seen this season how pivotal away goals have been, especially in the Champions League and obviously the Europa League as well. Obviously Dortmund got knocked out last night on away goals. There's been tons of teams, and obviously Sevilla knocking Manchester United out. Obviously, if they would have progressed, United, they would have obviously got drawn up against Bayern Munich. I'll quickly run through the draw. Barcelona are playing AS Roma. Seville are against Bayern Munich. Obviously, Sevilla, they'll be playing at home first. And then that leaves, obviously, Juventus versus Madrid, which that game is on top of ours. Looks like an absolute tasty game of football. Tell you what, two European giants coming up there. But it's important to stress Liverpool, that Liverpool, due to Manchester City, this is our competition. We're the kings in England, especially in the European game. And I tell you what, Liverpool will not have faced a Liverpool side in the Champions League. Well, they haven't, and they will get one hell of a surprise when they come to Anfield. I tell you what, Anfield, when it's on a European night, as you've probably all been and we've watched, we can turn, even if it is in the first leg, that Anfield will be absolutely bouncing. And I tell you what, they will be running back to Manchester scared, especially in that second leg. I cannot wait. Obviously, this is coming obviously on the next bit of news. I've got Jurgen Klopp. He's come out into his press conference today. He laughed and joked and said Manchester City wasn't ideal, but he said if you want to, basically what I said before, like you try to maybe slightly rub it off him. But if you gotta win this competition, he basically stressed you've got to beat the likes of Manchester City to get where they are. And for me, really, if there's two games against Manchester City, if it was a one-off against them, I would have been like, oh, but two legs, one home game, obviously Anfield, we absolutely steamroll them at home. But quickly to touch on, there's a bit of fixture headache for Jurgen Klopp as well. He's come out in today's press conference very upset in terms of the scheduling of obviously the Liverpool-Everton game. I think it's been moved to the Saturday at a 12:30 kickoff, and obviously that gives 24 hours more preparation time for City. I think they're playing against United on the Sunday, I think, if I'm right. He's kicked off, and hopefully playing the Premier League can change it, because it's absolutely ridiculous. It gives more recovery time for Manchester City. You might laugh and go, oh, it's only 24 hours, but I tell you what, if you're a sports athlete, you need as much recovery. And I tell you what, both of those teams will be running their legs off, that's for sure. But that was only a short news one really today, everyone. Get involved, every single one of you, on the reaction of the during Manchester City. I'm buzzing, as you can see. When I got up this morning, I was like, right, who are we then again? It's about time we come up against these big teams. We've been out of this Champions League competition for far too long. We should not fear any team, and we should not fear Manchester City. Because I tell you what, every single one of us believes in this man, this German, what he's doing at our football club. And I tell you what, if you can win against Manchester City, that will be a huge statement in the European game, not just to Manchester City, not just in England, but I tell you what, no, when we go into the semi-finals, regardless, I think we could potentially play Juventus or Madrid. Let me know in the comment section below, everyone, how that works out. But out Madrid or Juventus, we've got to beat the best to win this competition. But yeah, up to Reds. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. Have a quality rest of your day, and join me back tomorrow for another news story. But yeah, I love yous and leave yous, Reds. And quickly, if you're not following Mo Salah on Instagram, go and head over. Mohamed Salah and Dejan Lovren are having absolutely an amazing fun at Melwood. I think there was a picture, obviously, Mohamed Salah with a coffee cup, and then Dejan Lovren. This was prior to them coming to the training this morning. They were both holding up a coffee cup in the car, and they seem to be one of the best comedy duos at the minute. So go and check Mohamed Salah's and Dejan Lovren's Instagram. It's on the little story, but I tell you what, it's worth it because it's absolutely hilarious. But yeah, I'll see you later, everyone. Have a quality day, and I love you and leave you, Reds. Up to the head, men, and you'll never walk alone. Come on, Liverpool!